Now the last clue. Even a broken one of these on your wall is right twice a day. Watson.
What is clock?
Clock is correct. And with that, you move up to 23,440. 18,200 to Ken, 5,600 to Brad. Here's the final joker. And we find who is Bram Stoker and the wager. Hello, 17,973, 41,413, and a two-day total of 77,147.
I remember that morning going to the lab, and I was thinking, this is it. This is the last Jeopardy game.
It became real to me when the music played and Johnny Gilbert said, from IBM Research in Yorktown Heights, New York, this is Jeopardy. And I just went, vroom.
This is Jeopardy, the IBM Challenge.
And here it is, one day. This is the culmination of all this work. To be honest with you, I was emotional. I just thought about all the genius and all the talent of these researchers. I mean, they changed their lives. They changed the way they work, which is not always easy. They made this thing happen.
You know, when you look at that stage, you see Ken and Brad and Watson, and there's 30 people standing behind Watson. And that's just the core team. There's a whole army of people that have helped make this happen.
How Watson answers a question in 4 not-so-simple steps. The first person mentioned by name in The Man in the Iron Mask is this hero of a previous book by the same author. This is a typical Jeopardy clue, presented in the tricky Jeopardy format that can be pretty difficult for a person to understand, much less a computer. Remember, a computer understands code, ones and zeros, not nouns and verbs or people and places, let alone the relationships between them. Watson can't see or hear, so audio and visual questions are off limits, but everything else is fair game. And of course, it's impossible to know everything. As Alex Trebek often quips, the hardest Jeopardy question is the one you don't know. How does a computing system reach a single answer to clues posed in human language? Unlike traditional databases designed for computers, real language is implicit, ambiguous, and full of complexity. That's one of the reasons why, until now, computer searches have only spit out documents filled with keywords. It's been up to us to find the answers in those documents. Like our brains, Watson's knowledge base is entirely self-contained. Except while our brains fit in a shoebox, Watson's brain takes up more space than 8 large refrigerators. When Watson answers a Jeopardy question, there is no internet or helpline, so Watson consumes a steady diet of information to prepare for a game. Watson needs to absorb so much information because Jeopardy is open domain, which means it can ask a question about anything. So Watson reads, analyzes, and tries to understand millions of books and documents, content written in the way humans communicate, before it gets anywhere near a game board.
Alright, hey everyone, it's TVC Mario, and you're here for another edition of The Satanic Transhumanist Evolution Deception Exposed. In today's video, I wanted to go ahead and share that story with you. Artificially intelligent robot Watson, created by IBM tech company, actually went on Jeopardy here, as you've seen, and bet 2 humans. Now, that would not have been impressive if Watson had been programmed with the answers. So that's not really what, is significant here. What's significant is the part where, as you just heard, Watson actually read, analyzed, and understood within his own self millions of different books and documents. He did a study like humans would, essentially. And he was capable of reading millions of books and analyzing data that actually no human would be capable of reading. I mean, 1 million books, that would probably take almost a lifetime. but Watson was able to do that. Okay, and now Watson is the victor when it comes to the game of Jeopardy, a complicated game, you could say, question game. So the reason that I wanted to go ahead and talk about this in this video series, this transhumanist evolution deception video series, is because artificial intelligence and the development of it is going to be very significant in this coming deception. This is very, very dangerous. Let me just state that off the bat here. And I'm not the only one to say that. Stephen Hawking, Elon Musk, and Bill Gates also have warned about artificial intelligence. And I don't support any of these guys or, get behind them, but I agree with this, what they're saying here, that there is a significant risk here. Are we really saying, humans, that we are going to create artificially intelligent robots that can think themselves, that can within their own cells, kind of have a growth, an evolution where they can analyze millions of books and acquire all this knowledge? It's pretty crazy, but these are the times that we live in, and this is a very significant story. It's essentially showing that at some level, artificial intelligence is becoming and surpassing human intelligence. Okay, so huge story. So let's go ahead and check this out a little bit deeper with this Watson IBM robot. So as you can see here, I've shown you the actual supercomputer. And one thing that we're going to be seeing, and as I've stated in this video series, is to expect technology to grow exponentially. Now, the first couple computers were the size of this massive computer, and now we have, something so much more powerful, the size of our iPhones and our tablets, and we keep that in our pockets. So how, is the exponential growth of technology going to affect this supercomputer? If this supercomputer today is capable of beating two intelligent humans at the game of Jeopardy. Okay, but anyways, very significant. There it is, the IBM Power Computer Watson. Very significant also in the symbol that was used, okay? As you can see, I kind of joked around here, put the Eye of Sauron, and in the thumbnail to suck you in here, called it Satan's Eye, because that's what it is, all right? Let's be real here. The Eye of Lucifer is an occult symbol that is often used. Now, they don't view it as Satan, but I'll call it what it is. Satan is the great deceiver and, is leading the world astray with this transhumanist deception. Men are being led to believe that they can go and become eternal without Jesus Christ, and it's not going to happen, okay? But anyway, so they use this Luciferian satanic eye symbol, and there he is, just on his little, you got the supercomputer in the back, and you got this little screen, and he was even buzzing. Like, it's pretty crazy when you think about it, right? He was like thinking and then buzzing. Yeah, sometimes he was way off. Okay, so it's definitely a different type of intelligence, and if you look a little bit deeper into how they created him and how he was able to acquire that knowledge, that's seen. But as you can see, it's effective, and that's going to be the danger. It's going to be something totally different, artificial intelligence, but in a sense superior to us in many ways. So I really wanted to discuss this, and we're going to keep on looking in this video series at the progression of robotics, robots. In fact, I just stumbled across a story of them pushing another robot for our homes. This is one of the things they want us to do, is have these smart little robots in our homes, because that's exactly what we want. We want Big Brother to be right in there, accessing, able to even move around and do stuff. And the crazy thing is, do your research here. Some of these robots, even not in a long time, are going to have the capacity of humans, and then they're going to go even beyond that, okay? So something to discuss, and also to raise awareness about. When it comes to a Christian worldview, where does the intelligence or the awareness come from? This is something that Ray Kurzweil and other futurists and other people like that end up believing, is that these robots or technology itself has a level of consciousness. And, they're going to be talking about spiritual machines. Well, what spirit is going to be in the machine, okay? Yeah, it is going to be spiritual machines. I will agree, okay? But it's not going to be the Spirit of God that's going to be inside of these machines. Okay, it's going to be a whole other spirit. The Bible talks about disembodied spirits that are looking for host. Okay, so yeah, we're going to be in the age of spiritual machines. But anyways, interesting stuff. More stuff to bring up for discussion. And even themselves, I mean, they do admit how afraid should we be, you know, of Watson. Watson was just 4 years old when it beat the best human contestants on Jeopardy. As it grows up and goes out into the world, the question becomes, how afraid should we be? All right, so as you see here, he's 4 years old. What's he gonna? They're counting his age. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so what's Watson gonna be like when he's 20? When he's 25? It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be here he comes. Okay, they're making him. They're gonna unleash him on us. Okay, they already bet us at Jeopardy. All right, so interesting times that we're a part of for sure. Make sure that you take the time to check out the rest of the video series. Some interesting videos already looking at artificially intelligent robots. I mean, we have Sophia also that's been released. Really creepy robot that talked about destroying humanity just by coincidence when she was on MSNBC. You've got Ludwig and all this stuff. So artificial intelligence is going to be a huge, huge thing. And it is today, and it's going to be more and more. I mean, even our phones, guys. I mean, you have somewhat of a robot there. If you have Siri or, you know, that little program that you can talk to, it's already there. So we're going to see a growth in this. So have a blessed and wonderful day. Stay vigilant. Fear no evil.